What's the worst case of rich kid syndrome you've seen? Definitely this girl named Sienna from my senior year of high school. Her dad was a hedge fund guy who once bought her a horse because her latte came with almond milk instead of oat. I wish I was joking. She transferred halfway through the year after getting bored at boarding school. Rolled into campus in a brand new Tesla with custom plates that just said mine. She once told our math teacher she didn't need calculus because she'd just pay someone smart to do her taxes. Every day was like a new episode of Rich Girl Unhinged. She made a kid cry in the cafeteria because his sandwich smelled poor. She tried to Venmo the school janitor $100 to mop up her spilled smoothie while it was still in his hand. But the real show started when she joined our theater class. She auditioned for the school play, even though she couldn't act for anything. The role was Juliet. She demanded we skip auditions and just give her the part. Her reason? My mom literally dated Leonardo DiCaprio. It's genetic. The drama teacher, Ms. Benson, politely said no and gave her the nurse role. It was fair. Everyone auditioned, and our actual theater star Mia got Juliet. Well, that did not go over well. Sienna fake cried, called her dad, and 3 days later, we got a donation to the theater department. $50,000. Suddenly new lights, new costumes, new soundboard, and surprise, Ms. Benson was stepping down as director. We got a new one. Some guy named Chad who'd worked in commercials or something. And guess who was suddenly Juliet? Yup, Sienna. Mia got bumped down to a tree or something. We were all furious, but nobody could say anything or we'd risk getting kicked from the program. But then, karma hit back in the weirdest way. The school board announced that one performance would be recorded and broadcast on the local public access channel. Nothing huge, but still kind of cool. So Sienna started treating it like the Met Gala. She brought in a private makeup artist and a hairstylist for rehearsals. And that's when she made her biggest mistake. She tried to fire the costume girl, Nina. Quiet, sweet, totally harmless. Lived with her grandma, sewed all the costumes by hand because the school couldn't afford real ones before the donation. Sienna told her she was too slow and cheap looking and that her dad would hire someone with actual taste. Nina cried backstage and we all felt sick. But Mia, she got this look in her eye. Turns out, Nina and Mia had been best friends since childhood. And they had a plan. They didn't tell anyone, not even me, and I was playing Romeo. Opening night, Sienna struts out in this custom pink silk monstrosity that looked nothing like Shakespeare. The audience is buzzing. Lights go up. She opens her mouth to deliver her first line, and the seam in her dress completely explodes. The thing literally unravels. Sleeves fall off. Bodice collapses. It looked like a disassembled piñata. She screamed and ran off stage, and that's when Mia calmly walked out, wearing the actual Juliet dress, handmade by Nina. She picked up the scene like she'd been Juliet all along because, well, she was. The crowd ate it up. Turns out the new director, Chad, he hated Sienna too, but he was under pressure from her dad, so he let Mia and Nina plan a quiet switch, with Nina rigging the designer dress with a few loose stitches. Nothing unsafe, just enough to fall apart under the lights. Sienna never came back to school. Rumor was her dad tried to sue, but it's hard to sue a public school over wardrobe sabotage when your daughter technically approved the alterations. Mia's performance got picked up by a regional theater scout. She got a scholarship offer. Nina, the public channel replayed the show so many times, she started getting Etsy commissions from theater programs all over the state. Last I heard, she runs her own costume design business. And Sienna? Someone saw her in a TikTok comment section last year arguing with people who didn't believe she almost played Juliet professionally. So yeah, that's rich kid syndrome. No accountability, no talent, and no clue what happens when the people they step on finally snap.